Okay, so let me tell you how after decades of side projects, I finally have something that starting to bring a few euros and may become something like a real company. First of all, it's very weird and odd to film myself and speak in English in public. So I may cut from time to time when I see people and I don't feel like I can confidently film near them. Anyway, I've been coding for something like 12 years, and during that time I've always had ideas about stuff I could do myself, and I always thought that my ideas were better than existing stuff, and that would be a fucking great, entrepreneur or something. But I've never done anything. Well, I've done stuff. I coded. I have bazillions of side projects that I never pushed like really far enough for them to become products. Shit, it's crowded. Let's go. And yeah, so a lot of projects, a lot of abandoned projects. That would be probably, I'm not the first one, but I am consistently working on them, especially in the past 18-24 months, and that boosted my self-confidence a lot. And what happened is that when AI started being a thing for devs, I started doing a lot of stuff with AI. That's the worst place to walk here. And yeah, so a lot of AI projects, really tried a few things, got better at it. And around a year ago, a bit over a year ago, I think, I decided, okay, let's try to make the best chatbot. And I remember tweeting that. And what I meant by the best chatbot is like, okay, take all the shortcomings of ChatGPT and whatever, although I'm more of a Claude guy forever. And yeah, let's make it better. So what did that mean? That means, oh yeah, I want this bot to remember more, because now ChatGPT has long-term memory, but that was not a thing. And a lot of things like that. I wanted my bot to be proactive, so it could reach out if I talked about something important in my life. I wanted that bot to know. And I built it. And I call this project Persecoms, which is lame, but lame on purpose. If you know, Persecom is like the name of the robots in a early 2000 anime called Shobits. And that was the idea of like, you could add skills to a robot by inserting stuff inside it, although technically not inside a program. But anyway, I think you get the point. And this thing worked really well. I was super proud of myself, and I released it. I made a landing page. I actually made Stripe payment. That was not my first time, so but, and I started an Instagram account and published like 4 or 5 videos maybe. It's probably terribly framed. Anyway, I did all that, and something unexpected happened. People reached out. So a few people tested it, wanted to test it, discover bugs, stuff like that. Kind of used to that. But at one point someone told me, oh, I love your tech and I want to build something that would be pretty much that, but with a twist. I was like, yeah, I mean, I can code, and I know that my biggest shortcoming is that I don't know how to market anything. So she was marketer. So she's called Angélique, and she's now my partner, because we're actually moving on to doing this project now together. So we met 8 months ago in Paris, and that was pretty cool. Good fit, human fit, and we wanted the same thing. We both lacked each other, and lack in the sense of lacking. I don't know if my pronunciation is good enough. So we decided, you know what, let's give it a shot. And we made a prototype. So the idea, what is it? It's like astrology, but in a chatbot format. I was like, I think astrology is a scam, but if you can sell it, let's see how it, like, what results out of it. So we tried, and the prototype was nice, and she shared it to most of her friends or some of her friends and family, and people really liked it. I didn't do it much because for me, just having to assume that I'm doing astrology, psychic kind of thing, I was like, so I joked about it a bit, but even my friends and family wanted to actually give it a shot. So we shared it to about a bit over 100 people slowly between end of 2024, beginning of 2025, and people really liked it. So we're like, okay, that's kind of validated, and we kept pushing. Like, we kept calling each other every week, seeing each other every now and then, not too often, but, and get that on track. So made it a bit more serious, try to think about, okay, should we form a company, what kind of company, all this kind of stuff. That's like actually creating a business around it. So Angélique worked a lot on a business plan while I was improving everything related to the app itself. And on the technical side, what we ended up doing is that, okay, I've built like a lot of chatbots, and I don't really want to reinvent the same wheel over and over again. And we both agreed that astrology was a way to get started into something, but we would be willing to do more stuff than that. So wellness and maybe more business related stuff. I had this quote app lying in my side project Death Alley, and yeah, so we're like, okay, let's see how it goes, start with the astrology app and everything. So we're still in the process of doing that, but it's now a paid product. Oh yeah, what I wanted to say is that I actually split this project into two projects. One of them is called Orage, which is thunderstorm in French. I really love the name, and I snapped a domain. That was pretty cool. So this will become the engine or the core systems under every bot that I'm going to run from now on. What does that mean? It means like, okay, the great memory system is something I want to use everywhere. The payment system, something I want to use everywhere. I like to use native apps to chat with my bot, which means Perscom was built on iMessages and Telegram. And when we kicked off AMA, like Ask Me Anything, which is the name of our Astro project, we're like, yeah, we want all of that as well. And so Orage became the core, and AMA became one of the surface app showing that project here. So there's going to be a lot to talk about. I don't think I'm going to dig too much into the company splitting and the project splitting, because that's still a very hot topic between Angélique and myself. But I wanted to kind of introduce that kind of project, share some early progress so I can share more in the future, and share all the things we're thinking about while building it. It's a very cool project. Like, I do that almost every weekend. I try to keep one day available to work on it. Most of my mornings if I wake up early, and I just have so much fun building it. And why this is different than my other side project, I think a few things. First one, that I am having help and finding someone with complementary skills, and also someone I have to be accountable for, or I don't know how to say it right, but yeah, have accountability, because I don't want to let her down. So yeah, that helps a lot. And also she really pushed hard for us to have some first users, so getting their feedback and seeing like constant flow of messages, and people, like, as soon as it's down, people, they come to us and say, what's happening, I really want to use it. And that's really cool. That means, I don't know if a lot of people are going to pay for it, and enough to be sustainable business. We really believe so, but I mean, people like the product, there's no doubt, and that's pretty cool, not to build something only for me. So yeah, that's a very cool and exciting project. I'm really happy that I haven't quit, because for me that's like the 2 child projects out of Perscoms. So I would think for me it's an entire, like, it's like one big project that's evolving. And yeah, that's pretty cool. I noticed that I don't look at the camera all the time, so probably gonna see a lot of my chin and my eyes. Yeah, that's very cool. So yeah, I'm gonna keep you posted on how it goes. We've got 20 euros in the Stripe account now, which is 4 people paying €5 a week, which is something already. And yeah, okay, we've spent a few €100 on APIs and LLMs and tests and servers and everything, but it's starting. So thank you. That's how it is. And I think I'm gonna try to stick to these videos as well. I can do voice notes every day. I'm pretty comfortable with that, because I'm not holding my phone in front of me, and people don't look at me too much as a weirdo. They probably think I'm talking on the phone. But yeah, let's do it. Catch you soon.